morning, everybody. Welcome to the kitchen. Today we're going to do a recipe out of this fantastic book, Cooking in Oz. Now we're studying The Wizard of Oz, and I got this book from Amazon, and inside of it is this great recipe for coconut cookie bars, and this is from Cora's Country Cookbook. Now, who is Cora? That's the Wicked Witch of the West. That is Margaret Hamilton, who later on in years was the Cora spokesperson for Maxwell House Coffee, and this was a cookbook that they created, and this was the recipe out of that cookbook, coconut cookie bars. So we're gonna do that today and test the recipe and tailor it to our likings. So we're gonna use a half a cup of unsalted butter that's melted, and then 1.5 cups of graham cracker crumbs that we crumbled already, 2 cups of flake coconut, mini marshmallows, and we're gonna put chocolate chips, and we're gonna figure out what nut we're gonna use. I'm not sure. You can use pecans, walnuts, or almonds. We have to check our nut closet, find out what we've got. But we did not have any condensed milk, unfortunately. So what we're gonna do instead is we're gonna substitute cream of coconut. So this is gonna be exciting. I'm hoping this will work out and there won't be a problem, but cream of coconut is a substitute for condensed milk, and that's what we're gonna use. So we have our melted butter here and our 1.5 cups of graham cracker crumbs, and we're gonna mix the two together to make our crust. So I have my spatula, and this is our 9x13 baking pan, and I've lined it double thickness of parchment paper, so that way when we're finished, you can just pull it out of the pan. It makes it much easier. We're gonna start off with the melted butter in our bowl, and then we're just gonna sprinkle in the graham cracker crumbs, stir it together, and then put it into our baking pan and flatten it out. I'm gonna use an offset spatula to spread it and make sure it's even. Here we go, we have everything mixed together, and you see how nice that is? So we're just gonna spread it out to the edges and make it level, make it even. Want it nice and flat. And just press down with this as well to make sure it's really nice and firm. So once I get it all leveled out, I'm gonna go around and press it down into place and make sure it's firm. We got our graham cracker layer nice and even and flat, and now we're adding in our coconut, our 2 cups of coconut. And again, you want a nice even layer of coconut spread all over it. And then we're gonna sprinkle over it our walnuts. So we're using up our walnuts. We're using the walnuts because the expiration date on the walnuts is sooner than the pecans or the almonds. And so FIFO, first in, first out. You want to use up stuff before it expires and you have to throw it out. So always when you're choosing your ingredients in your pantry at home, check the expiration date and make sure you're using up stuff that'll expire soon so it doesn't go in the garbage. Now, same thing with all these little mini marshmallows. You want to sprinkle them another layer. Now we're making another layer. We have our chocolate chips, and we're just going to spread them out also. So since we're not using condensed milk and instead we're using cream of coconut, it's best to take it out of the can because you can see it's separated. And now what we need to do is whisk it together so it is homogeneous, okay? Before you pour it into our pan. All right, so see the difference? So you want it to look like this, and then you're just gonna gently pour it over all of these layers. Go around the edge first, come back towards the middle, keep drizzling it, spread all of that cream of coconut over everything. And then you're gonna put it in a 325-degree oven for about 25 to 30 minutes. Wow, look at this, so beautiful. Just out of the oven, look, it's bubbling away still. So this has got to cool quite a bit before we can tackle it. We're gonna unmold it and then slice it into nice squares or rectangles. Okay, this is amazing. I'm looking forward to trying it. Here we go, we got this out of the pan, and it's really ooey gooey. So since I didn't make it with condensed milk and I made it with the coconut, cream of coconut, I'm not sure if that's the reason, but this looks obviously amazing, even if it's ooey gooey. So I'm gonna try to cut it. I'm gonna use a pizza cutter, and I'm just gonna cut this. This size is usually a good size. All right, so that has ended up to be sort of like a ooey gooey slab of deliciousness. It doesn't really hold itself together. So let me show you. The crust on the bottom is just sort of melted into the cream of coconut. It's not really holding together. And so this tastes great, except this really wouldn't be good as a sort of like a brownie or a bar cookie. I would recommend that you do double the thickness of graham cracker crumbs in order to make it more substantial, or even just, I don't know, put solid graham cracker cookies at the bottom, and then that would hold up. So it's certainly absolutely delicious, but as a finished recipe, it does need more tinkering. So let me go over this with you again. We did a 1/2 cup of unsalted butter melted, 1.5 cups of graham cracker crumbs with 6.50 ounces, 2 cups of angel flake coconut, which was 7 ounces, 1 cup of walnuts, and 1.5 cups of mini marshmallows, which was 2.75 ounces. And instead of a can of condensed milk, we used a can of cream of coconut. And then, of course, we added extra. We had 5 ounces of our chocolate chips. So I will tweak it and then do it again, and hopefully it'll come out better. But as is, you don't mind it not holding together so well. Certainly could be the base of some ice cream in a big bowl. It would be absolutely delicious. For more recipe demonstrations, please click like and subscribe to Chef Victoria Loves YouTube channel and have fun in the kitchen. Thank you.